Hello everybody, back here again for vlog a day, and today is Saturday the 31st, and today, today was a lovely, beautiful day. Gorgeous weather, hot a little bit, but not overall too bad. So, got up this morning earlier than I really needed to, but I did not sleep worth a crap. I was worried about how the day was going to go and everything we had going on, so I had all that fun stuff there. Wasn't sure if my father-in-law was going to become a pain in the butt today or not, and then I had a bunch of dogs trying to schedule their drop-offs and meets and all that kind of stuff and everything else going on with that whole thing. So got this morning, again, like I said, didn't get much sleep, but I got up. I actually had enough of a headache when I was headed to bed that I took some medication, which I never take. I rarely ever take. I shouldn't say never. I rarely ever take medication, but I just couldn't. My head was hurting like crazy. So went ahead, took a little bit of pain pill, headed to bed, got up, and like I said, not much sleep, but it is what it is. So I had a new dog here that was here yesterday, Tucky. He got here real late. He got here well after 9. Went pretty well for the night. Couldn't get him to settle down to go to sleep, so I had a little trouble there. Everything was good there. Got that done. Got a few things taken care of this morning. Nothing major. I was going to try and get up. My plan was to get up early, get my run in, get that all taken care of and whatnot before anything else had to start for the day, because I wanted to have that over and done with. And I just felt like crap when I got up. I literally did not feel worth a damn. So did get up finally though, and did not get my run in. I was like, out of hell with it. Got the dogs all figured out, got him outside, got him played with and stuff, got Bruce taken care of, got him back in the house, and then I had to head towards Ormond Beach to get my father-in-law's car and sell his car today. Was the most important thing on our schedule. Had a bunch of their dogs want to get dropped off. I think I have 4 dogs coming today, 3 new dogs, and then another dog I know, and then another dog I got to pick up that I know also. So went ahead, headed up, met my wife. She stayed out at Teddy's last night, again with the dogs, so we headed up together. Had to go drop off my truck at CarMax, then I could ride with her over to her father's house to pick up his car and whatnot. And I also needed to pull the subwoofer and the amplifier out of the aftermarket stuff. One, if he ever gets another car, we can put it in, and 2, CarMax wanted the car as stock as they possibly could get it. So I went ahead, she dropped me off there. She had some other running she had to do. She had to run by the bank and get some more cash because I did not have $1,825 cash in the house. So she had to stop at ATM, and all that fun stuff that goes with it. So she went and did that whole thing, dropped me off at the house. I texted him, let him know I was here as I started tearing the car apart to get, when I tear the car apart, take the sub and the amp out. So I went ahead, pulled the sub and the amp out of the car, got that all taken care of, got it put out, and I was like, he should be out by now. Like, this took long enough. He should already be out here. He should have heard the garage door open. I texted him, said I'm here, so I hopped my head in the side door of the garage, like down the hallway. I'm like, hey, how's it going? You ready to go? You're supposed, now it's already, I told you I'd be here at 8:30, and I was here at 8, I don't know, a little bit after 8 this morning, 8:10 or something like that, where it was, as I got there. Went ahead, now it's 8:35, as I got everything done at the sub and got the amp out of the car. And he's like, I said, it's 8:35. I said I'd be here at 8:30 to pick you up. I said I've already been out here in the garage taking your car apart and whatnot. And he's like, oh, okay. So he basically hobbles around, gets himself up in that. I'm like, I'm not sure if he's coming out to the garage or going out the main door. And I also kind of wanted to eliminate the thought of him asking if he could drive to the dealership, which part of me thought, hey, give this a chance, let him drive, see if he screws up or not. It's his own car, he's familiar with it and stuff. But I thought, man, if he has even just a simplest little, even a curb rash, or if he, smacks somebody else, dents the bumper or something stupid, we gotta go through the insurance. We can't sell the car. And I was like, nope, just hell with it. So I hopped in the driver's seat, backed the car out in case he pulled out the front door, and in case he walked out the front door, he could then just get in the door at the sidewalk there all easier. He finally came out the garage, went ahead and got in the car, and he kind of begrudgingly got in the car, and he was a little bit pouty and a little bit, like, I don't know, just in a bad mood, which we're selling his car and it is what it is and whatever. So, but he agreed to it. I asked him about it, like, is this, think about it, don't answer me right now, get back to me on the answers and stuff. And so he was with us, but I kept expecting at any moment for him just to start pouting and be like, no, I'm not selling my car. And I was like, don't do this to me. It's not going to be a fun day if you do this to me. Went ahead, and as we're heading out, he kind of got a little bit grumpy. He's like, why we got to do it? Why are we in such a big hurry? And I'm like, well, we have a schedule, an appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning to get this done and stuff. And he's like, well, why are we in such a hurry? I can't do it later today. I'm like, well, we can't do it later today because I have a life. Your daughter has a life. She's given up. She's supposed to go to work today, which she has a bunch of work to get done. So I'm like, she's postponing her day, and which we could be doing this things together in the afternoon, but no, she's doing this with you right now. She's on her way to the bank to get more money. I have also to get here. We had an appointment, which we made an appointment, which I told you about, so you know this is happening. Also, I have to meet people to pick up their dog. I have to then go back. I have to walk another dog. I have to then pick up another dog at the house. And then on top of that, I also had to meet somebody else, drop off a new dog. And then I have another dog coming in a little bit. I said, this is the only time we have available for like the next 5 days. We are booked solid, and your appointment or your quote to buy the car will be over by then. We got to re-go through all the hassle and all the process. And it may, at that point, they may change their offer. It may means you may make less money in this car. So, or lose more money in the car because you're still losing money, you're not making money. But the buyout, the car was $16,000. He owed 17,825. Found out he actually only owed 17,227. So $17,227 I actually owed instead of 17,825. So apparently the payment was made or something changed in the process since, and he just called him a couple days ago. So I'm assuming he looked at an old bill instead of actually calling them and finding out the actual payoff on the car. But who knows? It is, I don't care. Just we owed him less money, which was good. So went ahead, and he was kind of a little bit grumpy about the fact that I was like kind of rushed him, which I was like, dude, I've been here for 25 minutes and you can't get off your couch. You're still watching TV. You hadn't even got up and started to get ready, kind of thing. So we head out there, basically show up to their ship. My wife shows up. She got there before that. All got there before they opened. So we hung around the parking lot a little bit. Saw a Kia Stinger over on the car hauler hauling out. And then a Mazda 3, which had kind of a pretty color she liked. I thought it was too grayish blue. It was not a bright blue at all by any means. So walked around and looked at that car and kind of waited on the parking lot, waiting for the whole thing to get done. Headed inside, went stupidly smooth, like it was way too smooth. She asked me, we basically started filling out some paperwork. She asked me to pull the car in the bay over there so I could take some more pictures and stuff. I guess it's been a few 4 days since I've been there taking pictures. They have to take a bunch more check-in pictures and stuff and whatnot. I give her the key, everything else I go back to set it with him. There's a Corvette in the showroom, and he kind of had joked about the fact that he kind of wanted that car once he gets the ability to drive again and stuff. I said, I'll make you a deal. I said, you climb in and out of that car right now without making weird noises, because you can get in and out of it at your age. I'll buy you that car. Which I said you get in that car without making noises, I'll buy that car today. I didn't say for you, but I'm like, if you can get in that car without making noises, I'll buy it. And which I'd drive the car, wouldn't be a problem at all. It's a Grand Sport 2019 Corvette. I really had the mid-engine, but the mid-engine ones are going for well over $100,000 used now. Like, they're just ridiculously expensive because you can't get them. There's still the COVID shortage and whatnot. So he didn't even attempt to go get in the car and get in and out because I think he knew he couldn't get in and out of a Corvette at this age anymore. So at least not without making a bunch of noises. So went ahead, laughed and joked about that. They took a bunch of pictures, came in, we went through the paperwork. She filled out some stuff. I paid them the difference in money, kind of thing, as we're doing things. They came over with like 5 pieces of paper for him to sign. Everything went surprisingly smooth, way quicker than we thought. So I texted the people that I was going to meet after I got down at the car and said, hey, we're wrapping up here pretty shortly. If you want to come meet me at like Sam's Club again, drop the dog off. And they said, oh, we're actually picking up a golf cart now and stuff. We'll just bring the dog to you instead. And I thought, God, that doesn't make any sense at all. But I said, well, I'm going to be in town for a little bit. If you want me to check on you, before I leave and stuff, because now it'll be a while, we're going to be here and stuff, we'll just meet you down there. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I went, and my wife basically asked me if I'd take him home, which I should have said no, because it would have been way easier if she got to work half an hour later, or 45 minutes later, whatever, but an hour later, by the time I get him in the house, get him back, and get back to the car dealership to head home. It wouldn't have been a big deal if she lost that extra hour. She would have just worked an hour later in the day. But because I hate telling my wife no when it puts her out, I try to take as much workload off her as I can. I went ahead and said, yeah, I guess I can do that. So I ran him home, dropped him off there, headed back, and then I was heading down the interstate. I got a text going, hey, we're going to be heading your way. And I'm like, yeah, take your time, because I got, I might be a few minutes late because I had to stop and I had to walk Teddy. I also had to stop and pick up Mocha, which is a little tiny Yorkie we watched. So went, and I was like, also I did remember to get the keys for my wife, which I remember. So I took them out of my pocket and laid them in the truck so I could look down and see them, because my brain's OCD like that. I gotta keep checking I have the key, because one time I drove out there, did not have the key. I drove all the way back to her work. It was a pain in the butt. So ironically, while I was dropping Mocha off, I realized I dropped Mocha off, didn't have a key. I drove all the way back because they're like literally half a mile apart. So went over there, walked Teddy, gave him a good walk. He got a good poop in, kind of thing, all that good fun stuff there. Then I was kind of rushing. I made it kind of a short walk, which it's super hot in the middle of the day. He's not doing real well with the heat. He's an older dog. So went ahead, said hell with it. Ran back over, picked up Mocha, had to figure out how to get in the house, had to get the key and all the whole thing and stuff. So I got that all done, got Mocha, headed back over, and I had somebody else texting going, hey, we're on our way, we're about 45 minutes out. And I'm like, okay, should be there, but I'm out right now selling my father-in-law's car, which everybody had told everybody was going on that, make sure they check before they head over, because I wasn't certain exactly what time I get back home. And everybody was cool. As I come rolling up, I was about a block and a half away, and I had to pee. I had to pee so bad. I was about a block and a half away. I got a text saying, "Hey, they're there to drop off, the dog." I said, "I'm 1 minute out. I will be there shortly." So by the time they got the text, I was probably already there, kind of thing. 'Cause the app's slow about sending text. So pulled up. He was super cool. He actually didn't park in the driveway. He parked in the street. He turned around, obviously, and parked in the street, which was nice. So I didn't have to park in the street and have to let him out and then pull back in. So I pulled up there and stuff. And normally I'd back in, but I said, "Hell, quicker." Pulled in the front, grabbed the dog. That's kind of the growly, crappy dog. I said, "Give me 1 minute. Let me put her outside here and stuff real quick." So I basically brought her outside. I had another dog here, Tucky, who was here. Got him all situated and stuff. Got Bruce all situated. Came back in real quick. Got the dog. Met the new dog and stuff. And it was great there. Got her. Excuse me. I got a bit burping. But yeah, went ahead. Got that dog in the house. Everything's good. Brought her outside. And actually, what I did, because I wasn't sure, I wanted to kind of. It's going to have a couple minutes, new dog come. I didn't want to have to deal with the whole hassle of them them having an issue. So I actually I hooked a tether up to my fence. So I tethered that dog out on a 30-foot long tether. So as soon as stuff, I thought I'll have the few minutes while I'm there. And as I'm hooking the tether up to the crappier dog, I look out and the new car pulls in. I'm like, oh crap. So I'm rushed around again. I still got to pee. I'm not going to deal with the second person dropping the dog off. That went well. It was no big deal at all. They're dropping off a beautiful little Great Dane puppy. It was, oh my God, it's so soft. It's got the velvety ears and breath doesn't even stink yet. It's so little. It's just such a tiny little puppy. It's such a great little dog. So they dropped it off. Everything went great there. It went super smooth. Bruce and that puppy met. They were playing in the house. Everything was great there. They left, got them out of their stuff, brought the puppy out. Everything was great. Had to watch the crappy dog because I didn't want the crappy dog acting up with the puppy. Brought the little Yorkie out here. Everybody's running around playing and stuff. The dog was great. I put the vibrating beeping collar on the crappy dog and everything went nuts. So I kind of keep an eye on her. So there was just a lot of the added stress of dealing with that, of watching her the whole day, making sure that she's not being mean to anybody else and stuff. Which luckily I didn't have the puppy here, the regular daycare puppy, that he wants to just run and wrestle and play all the time, and the other dog kept getting a little bit aggressive with that. So it was so much stress relief because we got rid of the car and that was all over and done with. But then I had the rest of the day just kind of watching them and stuff, how it was all going. My wife got done with her work, trying to catch up on stuff that just they're putting too much work on her. She can't get it done in 40 hours, so she's putting in about 48 hours a week or so. Then she went in for another 3 or 4 hours today. She got a bunch of stuff done because there's one of the things she has to do is just she can get more done in 3 hours there on this one chunk. That's a lot of moving things around, it takes a lot of concentration what it does. So she can get more done in 3 hours there, and she can get literally done in probably 10 or 12 hours with everybody interrupting her stuff. She gets so much more done. So she goes in and does that on a Saturday, which works out well. She came over to the house. We hung out a little bit. We basically chilled out here for a little while and stuff before she headed back out to Teddy's. Ended up ordering a pizza. Not a good pizza. It was not one of their better ones. So before she ordered the pizza and stuff, I said, "Hey, do you mind watching the dogs while I go for a run?" So she's like, "Yep, absolutely, no big deal." So she stayed out here in the yard with them. I went and got my run in. I kept my run real short because I didn't want to be gone very long. Got back in, got my shower. She ran up and grabbed the pizza. Everything was fine. Everything got back. We ate the pizza. It wasn't great. Watched a little bit of TV and didn't even make it through a full episode of NCIS, which we were watching, because she had to get back out to Teddy's because it had been long enough that she'd been gone. Since I'd walked him, she had to go back out there and let him out and feed him dinner. So kind of a weird, not a stress-free day by any means, but everything went smoothly. All the dogs got here. The one person had to wait maybe 4 minutes, so it was not a big deal at all. It worked out fine. Everything was great. Ended up getting the dogs. They all kind of settled down a little bit. They finally came and picked up the crappy dog in the evening. Once that dog went home, oh, it was so much easier tonight. It was so much easier. The worst thing I have is I have a little miniature pincher thing that's just kind of a pain in the butt. He likes to mark on things in the house, so it's one of those deals where he's not the greatest dog at all. And I think I remember last year we'd actually said we weren't going to watch that dog again, and then I forgot we'd said that. So I'm going to set a reminder in my phone to basically, you know, for like, I don't know, 10 months from now to remind myself not to watch that dog, as like, so I don't watch him, because he doesn't even like, he doesn't come to you when you call him stuff. I gotta take him outside. I have him on like leash and stuff because he won't come. I'm afraid he won't come back in the house, so I gotta leave him on like a big ass long leash. So if he tries to hide from me, I can step on the leash and I can walk back over and pick him up and stuff. He's not what I would call a great dog. And it sounds like, I think they leave him in crates quite a bit at home even too. And it's just, he seems much more comfortable in his crate, hangs on the crate quite a bit of the time. But that's not the kind of dog I like watching. It just adds stress to me. I hate seeing dogs in crates all the time. But I did end up having myself a nice little cigar out here in the evening as it kind of cooled down a little bit, and wrapped it up and called it a night. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.